Welcome to another episode of Skyrim Mods of the Moment, a collection of new mods that I found interesting and would love to share with you. I'm Bard's College graduate, and here's Sigma Magic Animations, which the author boldly declares as the best first-person animation mod for casting magic in the game. I love this sort of confidence, and it isn't unfounded either. These new animations look perfectly smooth and refined, really nothing like ever seen before. On top of the general quality, the mod covers each unique school of magic, from destruction all the way to restoration, all with distinctive and stylish animations. This mod makes the first-person experience as a mage much more interesting and, safe to say, left me feeling renewed and inspired to play a proper sorceress or perhaps a spell sword. The second mod we're taking a look today is Lock Bashing, an SKSE plugin that allows you to use your brute strength to hit locks to break them. To determine the level of the lock you're able to break is calculated from your health and stamina, and a small icon appears if you can break it. By default, only wooden doors can be bashed open, and only with weapons, but you can change these settings if your character is a punch cat or other sort of unnaturally strong being. And, by the way, breaking a lock is obviously a crime, so be mindful, even if you're maxed out your brawn and not your brain. Ysgramor has been focusing on his immersion-based MODLIST Gate to Sovngarde for the past year or two, but a new masterpiece pops up every now and then. This time, he has expanded a legendary mod, Missives, which adds a good number of new Radiant side quests to the game with two features. First off, there are 20 new missive types that focus on making you interact with the world around you. There's some great variety, from finding a toy for a child, crafting a ring for someone with a fashion sense, finding a missing animal, to healing someone who has fallen ill. In addition, the missives are now properly voiced with spliced dialogue, which adds some personality to the people you have so kindly helped with their mundane problem.
You've done well. Thank you.
Perfect, just perfect. I'll be sure to put it to good use.
Today, we also have a new follower to check out. This person right here is Aurian, a custom-voiced Altmer companion with over 1,000 lines of dialogue.
Well, if we excuse the usual dangers that come with life on the road, your banditry and so forth, there was one time I was hired muscle, or lack thereof, for a group that were leading an expedition to find some Regada ruins in Hammerfell.
He has come to Skyrim to honor his partner who has sadly passed away, and would definitely appreciate a trustworthy friend to travel with him. Aurian is a spell sword, but his combat style can be changed by asking him.
Not in the slightest. Trust me, I've tried. I do not wish to embarrass myself.
I guess as long as it's not an archer you need in your party. He also has some time-based dialogue, answers depending on how much time you've spent together, and he will share stories of his past life gladly after you're relaxing by the campfire. He's one of those chill followers who really don't mind your choices in the game, whether you've gone full Dark Brotherhood assassin or the destroyer of the Deadly Guild. He'll be there for you either way, offering advice but not making choices on your behalf. If this showcase has sold you over, Aurian can be found in the Dead Man's Drink in Falkreath, as he has just crossed the border over from Cyrodiil.
I really don't trust that Thalmor scum. If it wouldn't cost you your education, he would be dead by now.
There's not many High Elf followers out there, and Aurian is a great choice for those who'd like a wholesome friend like he is. You have, for sure, seen the walking brooms in my videos before, so now get ready for immersive flying books. More whimsy in Skyrim, the better. This mod adds a touch of magic in the form of flying books to some fitting locations in the game. Alchemists' shops, Farengar study space in Dragon's Reach, and in the entrance of the Blue Palace, and I'm hoping to see them in the college too, sometime in the future. These levitating tomes won't be annoying in tight spaces, as you can just walk right through them, and simply all the purpose they serve is the magical aesthetic that makes the game feel even more whimsical. The next new mod we're looking at is Dunbarrow, a new town mod in a secluded location in the coast of Havingar, inspired by both Modular from Dark Souls 2 and Oblivion lore, as it's the namesake of Dunbarrow Cove in Anvil, Cyrodiil. It's modestly sized with just a few buildings, but on the ledge, the old monument draws an impressive silhouette to it. Even though this village is practically abandoned and in disrepair, you can still visit the operating general goods store and the bunkhouse, or claim the chapel as your home. As you might imagine, you don't have to pay for it at all, just find the key so you can access the upstairs living area, which feels cozy as ever and has some useful amenities for you to use. There's also a small kitchen and a tower purposed for enchanting and safekeeping valuables. The idea here was to populate the town with your followers and make it come alive once more, but a solo traveler can make good use of it as well, I think. I really like the eerie gothic feel of Dunbarrow, and it perfectly fills up this remote area, making it the perfect location to rest for a while before continuing the Dragonborn adventures in this part of the province. Nocturnal, the Daedric Prince of Night, Darkness and Mystery, or the Lady of the Night, gets a sweet overhaul to her voice with Nocturnal Revoiced.
My, what do we have here?
My, what do we have here? It's been a number of years since I've set foot on your roads.
She was previously voiced with the general dark elf voice type with some reverb, but with this mod, she has a custom voice by Katarina C, which sounds more ethereal and unique.
The oath has been struck, the die has been cast, and your fate awaits you in the Everglow. Farewell, seat.
The new voice is, frankly, what this shadowy being deserves, and totally justifies my carousal for the Night Mistress. Now, from dark dungeons to out in the open in the wilderness, the next mod we're taking a look at is Skyrim Tranquil Ponds. This mod is such a sweet addition to the nature of the province, as it adds tiny ponds in Skyrim scattered around to give the landscape a bit more variety. They are super pretty, as they may have some water plants, rocks, driftwood, little islands, huge trees, and such added to make them look more realistic, and as the title suggests, tranquil. You can also catch fish from them if you have the fishing CC. Honestly, nowhere would I rather meditate than here, where the sound of water tries its best to hypnotize me to mindfulness. Here in the wilderness, I thought it would be a great idea to check out another mod that makes the nature even prettier. Here we have Maerchenwald, a fluffy and diverse grass patch. For this mod, many popular grass mods have been combined to create this effect of Skyrim having an incredibly lush and shrubby low fantasy vegetation. You can see a lot of mushrooms, flowers, ferns, lavender, death bells, saplings, bushes, ivy, clover, leaves, and a whole lot of more flora that all comes out through the grass system. Lush is what we love, and this patch definitely delivers the wide biodiversity that looks incredible in the game, and I think it looks especially good combined with a detailed tree mod. A warning though, the installation may be a bit tedious, but it's well worth it, I think. More greenery coming out our way as we're overhauling the Drunken Huntsman shop and bar in Whiterun with the Green Den, a lush Drunken Huntsman overhaul. This wood elf owned business sells everything you would need for hunting, and with the mod, the place is now a small piece of Valenwood inside Skyrim. There are vines of ivy everywhere you look, plants and flowers, as well as chairs covered with pelts and other clutter that fits perfectly inside this joint. This layout is still the same, but now the added Bosmer-friendly details make the Drunken Huntsman much more comfortable to visit. Now let's have some fun. Many of us surely are familiar with Prop Hunt, and now you can play it in Skyrim as well with Prop Hunt Mimic Quest. In this quest mod, you and your new friend, Raven the Vigilant of Stendarr, travel across Skyrim in the quest of searching and eliminating mimic nests. These are Daedric creatures which transform into mundane things, and when you find them, they'll attack you ruthlessly. In this series of quests, these encounters grow harder and harder, and in total, there are about 80 different types of mimics who transform into barrels, tables, weapons, stuffed animals, and any object imaginable, really. The quest dialogue is at the moment unvoiced, but the author mentioned it will be added in the future updates. To begin this adventure, speak to Raven, who is standing at the front of the Battleborn clan house. Next up, we have a couple of mods that increase the graphical fidelity of the game and /or ruin the original art style. It's up to you to decide, but for me, these are some must-haves. First off, we're checking out ElSopa's newest masterpiece, recreating the legendary Ysgramor's Armory. The infamous battle axe Vutrad, the weapon he used to drive off the elves from Skyrim, as well as the shield of Ysgramor. You receive both of these legendary items in the Companion's questline, and they've always been some of my favorite unique items in the game, so I'm stoked to see them in such a beautiful quality like this. The new visuals aren't over yet, as here we have Publican's Perch, a modular bar and shop counter replacer, a mod that overhauls all these countertops in the game. Yes, I know we really are at this point of modding that even the smallest details get a beautiful remake. Now, this mod adds a selection of new bar counters to the game that switch out depending on the location with the help of base object swapper, but you can also download simple location-based replacers from the optional files if you want. These tables aren't fresh and new at all, as they have a lot of scratches and other signs of use, which is a really nice touch. From the same talented author, we have Hovels of Hagravens, a Forsworn tent and clutter replacer, another overhaul, only this time replacing the clutter and tents mostly in the Rich Hold. I mean, don't these scary Hagravens and bloodthirsty madmen of the Reach also deserve some niceties in their community? Well, we all have our opinions, but even so, I, for one, do enjoy these new models to the less prominent items in the game. Finally, we have some interesting new NPC replacers for a selection of female characters that utilize High Polyhead and Charmers of the Reach, making them look incredibly distinct from other NPCs. From this mod author, there are only a handful of overhauls available, but between Ayla, Breluna, Serana, Iola, Sapphire, Yordis, Janassa, and Lydia, Breluna must be my favorite. Just look at that sweet face. What a cutie. To this note, it's time to end this video and start to enjoy the peace of Yule. It's unlikely I'll upload another video this year, so everyone, please have happy holidays, and I thank you for all the past year, all the comments, likes, subscriptions, everything. You don't know how much this all means to me. Of course, special thanks to those who go above and beyond by supporting me and my channel on Patreon, especially Ryan Ulrich, The Panicked Monk, Billy Duncan, Onshorefly15, Arix Lagenwhite, Angrius Windstorm, Divine Cleric, Amenity, Don't Write, Krakenhelm, Simon the Blind, J. Michael, Hitpoint, and Nocturnal Emissary. Now, be well, be safe, and see ya!